I just got home from a date where the woman was significantly heavier than what her profile suggested. At what point is it not rude to walk out of a date? I just got home from a date where the woman was significantly heavier than what her profile suggested. If she hadn't spotted me, I would have turned around and went home. I'm not one to trip over 5 to 10 pounds, but this was closer to 40 to 50 pounds. I shouldn't be laughing, but that's really bad.
You should not be laughing.
So what is your initial thoughts?
This is the funny thing.
To answer this question, is it rude to walk out on a date full stop?
I think, no, I don't think it's fair to walk out on a date regardless. I think that from the offset, you're just judging it too quickly. And you just never know. I mean, we've always spoken about it before where initial attraction, I mean, I don't always believe in love at first sight. Yes, there has to be some initial attraction there, but the more you get to know someone, the more attractive they become to you.
But 40 to 50 pounds.
My initial thoughts on this one.
Isn't like catfishing? The geezer got catfish.
Yeah, see, this is what I was about to say. My initial thoughts is that obviously reading that, I instantly just feel sad for the girl because that's just horrible. But then really and truly, yes, you are catfishing, and I think that's really bad.
Okay, let me put it in another perspective, all right? You go to the shop, you buy a product, you open up the box, and it's not what you bought. So you've gone to buy, like, I don't know, say you've gone to buy, I don't know, hair products.
No, catfishing.
You open up the box, and it's like things for your foot. Like, you're going to be like, hey, this is wrong, I want to take it back.
Yeah,
right?
misleading is very unfair.
Yeah,
and obviously,
that's false advertisement.
Catfishing is unfair because you are lying to that person.
What about if that's how they looked when they were chatting to the guy, but by the time they met up with the guy, due to circumstances,
how long does it take to put on that much weight? Come on, you'd have to be talking for like months.
Depends how often you visit McDonald's.
Oh my god, I feel for the guy because obviously he didn't expect what he saw.
Yeah,
but I think that it was important to still go through the date because it's not nice to be ghosted. Like, imagine going to a date and then they just don't show up. That's horrible.
But she's asking for it though. Don't you think a little bit she's asking for it?
Okay, she's asking for it. Yes, that's obviously negligence from her side.
Imagine disrespect. I'm on this guy's side, then I'm just putting it out there.
I am too. I am too.
Imagine disrespect, yeah. You're going to meet up with someone, you put in the most banging picture of yourself, but maybe from 10 years ago, say, and all of a sudden you meet up with the person, it's like completely not the person you waited out for. I wouldn't even spend a tenner on that person. I wouldn't even want to spend 5 minutes.
What's one date just to meet someone gonna do?
I agree to a degree. Like, it is deep to obviously ghost someone. I get that, but at the same time, it is even deeper to mislead someone. That guy went out of his way. He got dressed. He done his hair. Think about it. He went full out.
But look at Shallow Hal.
He was hypnotised, man.
Okay, but then he would have, if he saw her at first, he would have never looked twice. But then as he got to know her for her personality, suddenly that way became attracted to him.
He did need to be hypnotised for a long period of time. And even when
Tony Robbins, anyone?
Even when he wasn't hypnotised and he saw like how she truly looked, he was a bit stunned himself.
Yes, but then he came to his senses.
So to answer his question, right? His question is, at what point is it not rude to walk out of a date?
I think overall it's always going to be rude to walk out on a date.
And what advice would you give this person?
You are well within your rights to be annoyed and confused because you have been catfished.
Heavily. Savage.
But to not be a horrible person, because it's just cruel, I would go ahead with the date. Be as open-minded as you can. And if it doesn't work at the end of the date, what's it cost you? A meal? A cinema ticket? You know? That's it. Part ways at that point.
Yeah, I get that.
I think that's probably the best way to go around it. What would you say?
Like, it could be like, if you've catfished me, say you've done wrong to me, I shouldn't do wrong to you. I should just still honour who I am and respect you, still go on that date with you. You might end up finding an attraction. I've always said this, right? It's not about how the woman looks, it's about how they hold themselves that makes them attractive and sexy.
Exactly.
This is a 19-year-old female woman. So my boyfriend, who's a 19-year-old male of 1.5 years, says I'm too masculine. I'm really hurt by this and I don't know what to do. Earlier, I asked my boyfriend of about 1.5 years if he had any sexual fantasies because I saw something saying that all men have a secret one, LMAO. Laugh my ass off. I don't know why I had to abbreviate that, but anyways. Well, he said he'd basically like a submissive girl. Without going into detail on the whole convo, he basically said, I have too much masculine energy. And he said he wasn't trying to insult me, but he definitely felt that way. From what he said, he meant basically wanting to be a leader, not a follower, and stuff like talking too loud. He also said that talking too loud is obnoxious. I researched the whole masculine feminine energy thing, And while I think it would be a good idea for me to talk quieter, etc., now that I know it apparently pisses everyone off, I feel that to be what he wants, I would have to literally change my whole life and personality. Goes without saying, I'm quite confident and outspoken when taking part in anything, and I'm usually the leader. I just feel so hurt because I feel like he has a problem with literally everything that makes sense to me. I wear makeup and jewelry, so I thought that made me feminine, but apparently I need to change my personality too. I always thought I have this sick little personality and that he loves me for it, but now I'm finding out that everyone hates it and I don't know what to do. Can someone help me, please?
Don't change for no one.
Just say there were traits that literally pissed everyone off. Shouldn't you have to like have a bit of a middle ground here?
But what do you mean everyone? Isn't that him talking on behalf of everyone to get his point across?
All right, let's put it this way. I'm going to talk from a man's perspective, right? Because I know that this is a woman asking for advice about her husband or boyfriend, whatever. Men don't like masculine women. The worst thing a woman can do is be macho. It's just not a nice thing to do. But based on what he said, I don't think she's being very masculine.
This is just it. It doesn't sound like she is being masculine. Sounds just like she's probably quite a boisterous person. Has a boisterous personality.
Like a tomboy. It doesn't
even sound like that. From what I'm reading, it just sounds like she's got a very out there personality. And he's assuming that because it's so out there, it's almost demasculating him, when really maybe he should be looking at himself.
I agree with that, Tan, 100%. He's the kind of guy that can't handle a strong woman. That's it, yeah? She's not showed, from what I'm reading, she's not showed any masculine traits, apart from being a bit out there, right? A bit of an extrovert, a bit out there, a bit outspoken. A lot of men would actually say that those are qualities in a woman, not negatives. Does that make sense?
This is what I mean. I mean, when it comes to a relationship, obviously, there are certain things that you should be open to changing.
Yeah.
Such as, let's say, you do things that make the other partner feel bad in a certain way, then obviously you're going to think about, okay, maybe I shouldn't speak like that or act like that. But when it comes to changing who you are as a person to suit someone, that's where you draw the line. You shouldn't have to change. Yeah. You have to accept someone for all the things you love about them and all the things that you don't love about them.
I accept the change. I think people should change if their traits are genuinely not good. If it's just like who you are, you're just an extrovert and a bit outspoken, those are not bad traits for most men. Those are bad traits for men that are intimidated by the woman and they feel like almost scared that the woman's going to take over them. A strong, independent man shouldn't be intimidated by an outspoken woman.
It just sounds like he maybe feels intimidated or introverted.
That's kind of a turn off for the man. Wouldn't that turn you off if a man was like that?
It wouldn't turn me off them having that character. It would turn me off if they're telling me to change who I am to suit them. It's very different because you don't have to be the same person. If one of you in your relationship is introverted and the other's extroverted, that's not a problem. But if the issue is when one is trying to change the other to match them, you can't change who you are. It's unfortunate that after a year and a half, these issues are coming out. But if she wants the answer, it's don't change for anyone. If he can't accept and love you for who you are, then walk away.
Facts, Dan, facts. So in a nutshell, to summarise, to this poor lady who's dealing with this man, leave him. I don't think he's worth it. I don't think he's ready for a strong, independent woman. And I think that's traits in him that he needs to deal with because he doesn't seem like he's got himself sorted out properly anyways. I
don't think she's got the problem. I think that he's got the issue. And if he can't fix that himself, she should walk away and find happiness somewhere else.
Poor girl, like, such an outgoing girl. And it's sad, right? Because people like this man are the kind of guys that will crumble and crush a really nice girl. Like a really outspoken, good person who's like just extroverted, a lot of nice traits that a lot of men would like, and all of a sudden she might end up being crushed, and her next boyfriend may not appreciate it because she suddenly changes, she suddenly become this quiet person on eggshells, and it might put the next guy off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next Reddit story, this one's pretty interesting. It's 3 months too early to tell someone that you love them. We started seeing each other 3 months ago. We've only been officially a couple for about 2 weeks. I'm a 29-year-old male in love, but I'm afraid of telling this girl, who's a 29-year-old female, too early that I love her. I've never met someone so beautiful, smart and kind, and I really don't want to mess this up. Should I wait? It's getting harder and harder to bite my tongue.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's probably the reaction that he's hoping that she would get. So what do you think? Like, can he tell her 3 months? Would it not scare a girl if he's like, suddenly I love you, and she's not in the same place? Could that put her off?
See, here's the problem. I don't think there's a time limit on when you fall in love with someone. I think that we're all wired differently. Our relationships are very different. Dynamics are different. And when you feel that you're in love, maybe it may not be factual, but it's something that you feel you genuinely have, just say it. Although there's obviously that fear of them maybe not saying it back, wouldn't it be better to just take that chance for the what if they do.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but like I've got a different approach to this, right? I don't think you should say I love you. I think what he should say is I feel like I'm starting to fall for you. Based on her reaction, he can then wait a couple more days and then just be like, bang, I love you. Based on her reaction.
Yeah, that's a smart way.
If he says I'm starting to fall for you, and she might turn around and say, yeah, I feel the exact same way. Bingo, they love each other. They just don't want to say it. So give it 1 or 2 days. It's not bait, and then just be like, look, you know what? I said I'm starting to fall for you. I actually do love you. I'm completely in love with you. Say it. But definitely start by dropping the bomb a little bit by saying I'm starting to fall for you.
Yeah, I think that's a smart way of going around it. But I would still say sometimes just you have to go for what you want. And if it's something you genuinely feel, just go for it.
Because for me, right, if I was dating a bird and she told me now that after 3 months she's like in love with me and I wasn't in that same place as her, that might actually put me off. As a man, I'd be like, geez. Like, we just started seeing each other kind of thing. You don't want to scare the person away. It might be growing organically in a nice, like, sort of steady rate, but you don't want to put them off. My advice to this person is don't say you love them. Just say I'm starting to fall for you.
And my advice would be just to go for it.
Take the advice from a man or from a woman. I suppose you've got both perspectives.
Exactly.
That's the end of everything now.
Those are some good questions.
I feel like looking at these Reddit forums on relationships, so people are genuinely asking questions and looking for some advice. I think for us, I think that's like right up our street because we can hopefully share some wisdom, share fresh perspective like what we do, and hopefully, you know, help people genuinely in like their decision that they need to make. Yeah.
We're talking from our own experiences.
Exactly.
Not experts, just experience.
So on that note, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you found value in this video. If you did, leave us a like, comment and subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos like this.
And if you want to know if you've met your soulmate or not, you need to watch this video right here.
See you there.
Bye.